God bless everybody. Today's lesson is called The Straw Man Corporation. In part two, I briefly mentioned the word straw man and how it was in correlation to our parents' signature on our birth certificates. In this addition to part two of my soul trading and hunting series, I'm naming this 2B. I felt like I had to explain it a bit more of what a straw man is, what a straw corporation is, and how it relates to each one of us. By the end of this short lesson, you will know what a straw corporation is, how it relates to the corporation that we are, and what the logistics and effects behind it consist of. So remember, part two was exposing what actually happened the day that you were born and the deception and trade that took place when your parents actually took you home. Life is full of give and takes, as we have seen in this series and will continue to see. So far, we have talked about how temptation is a trade and how there was a trade at our birth as well. We discussed how our parents thought they were bringing home that beautiful bundle of joy, but really they were bringing home property that belonged to the United States of America government. For more vital information, please go listen to part one and two of this soul trading series before continuing, if you haven't done so already. So let's talk about things that should make a little more sense now. For your information, when you register a corporation, the entire name has to be put in all caps. This is why I asked you to go take a look at your name on your birth certificate in part two. At birth, there is a human, which is you, and the straw man, which exists only on paper. But the straw man is technically the real legal you. And it's not simply a straw man, like in the sense of a person, but it even goes deeper than this, as it is a straw corporation. So the government not only owns you, but you're a corporation thanks to the signature your parents signed. So, as a corporation, the government can legally buy, sell, and trade you, your soul, as needed. This is how they get away with doing it in both realms, the physical and the spiritual. It's illegal to trade and sell human beings, so they figured out how to do it legally. What does this all mean in easy terms? The government can do business with you, a straw corporation, as they own you now. Go back to part two. I discuss and I expose who actually owns us. Now, everything we or our corporation, which is the real us, own actually belongs to them as well. And if we don't pay taxes on it yearly, guess what? Our owners, which I mentioned in part two, are the international bankers, the real people that rule this world. They get to repossess it. This goes for our real estate, property, our cars, our earned incomes, other types of income, retirement plans, pensions, gambling winnings, and on and on. This is why they can legally charge for these things and get away with it. You must understand that when our parents were tricked into signing our birth certificate, it created a separate, fictitious legal entity and corporation in name, which was fictitious. We went from straw man to a straw corporation, and it was done for every single person born in this country, United States of America. This is the reason now that we can be controlled by the government and can be used to exploit our assets. It's all legal because of this signature. When they signed When our parents signed, we became property of the United States by default, labeled as a corporation entity and not as a person. This gave them legal rights to buy, sell, and trade us as needed, as is in all corporation bylaws. It's way bigger than being a fictitious straw man. We're actually a fictitious straw corporation. And being a corporation and not a person, as I mentioned, they can legally buy, sell, and trade our soul parts, which are parts of our corporation. It's our very person. They can legally do what they want with them. So we actually have the flesh and blood person, but on legal vital documents, we are a corporation that was bought with a price, traded and sold on the black soul market. And because of the change of the republic, which I explained also in part two, it was all legal. How did it all start? Again, the entire earth was in debt. And the ones who actually run everything in the earth were making trades for our souls in exchange for money, in exchange for power. Who were they trading to? Some very powerful entities. The entire earth is in debt because these people were trading to these entities. And how are they paying off the debt? Trading our souls. This trading is what got them rich. And what we reaped from the trade is captivity and loss. But they gained. Please refer back to part two for a list of steps to do to undo this transaction in the spirit. So we can legally, in the spirit, get our stolen, swiped, and traded soul parts out of captivity, as well as get some of our stolen property back first in the spirit as the Lord leads. I hope I've been clear on what I promised to deliver as to you understanding what a straw corporation is and how it relates to every single human being born in this country. God bless us all. In Jesus' name.